You are, sir?
I am Paul Strain. I work for Department of Transportation.
Hello, Paul.
How are you? You are?
Cindy. I'm not that great, but, you know.
Kevin Arsenault.
Kevin?
Environment.
Oh, great, Kevin.
Yeah.
Environment, that's good. Didn't know you guys were on the project.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. That's all we're doing here. You want to see the guy from Environment.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
You're not. You're the guy that's been hired to do the. There's lots of people that want to see you actually. If you want to come and introduce yourself, that would be great.
Well, that's okay. But anyway, I'm here right now and looking over the project type of thing.
And the oil and the gas and all
well,
that.
There's nothing. I mean, they have something in place there to determine.
Well, I have pictures and I'd like to show you it.
Yeah, right. Anyway,
yeah, right.
Here today, I can't see anything that would violate the conditions of the permit type of thing.
And you've checked into all those gas and oil leaks and all
well,
that?
That's...
Because they're coursing into the water here, right?
Right.
And that's kind of a concern.
Right.
And that's,
Okay.
Yeah. But, you've been a hard guy to find, so everybody's kind of curious and looking for you because, according to Minister Sherry, you're supposed to help us out with these things. And we kind of expect that.
Right.
Yeah. Is that your understanding of what you're supposed to do?
Well, I'm kind of here today, and there's going to be here someone from Environment, different times,
So it's not just one individual. There'll be different individuals taking over the.
I'm not quite sure what they have planned, but
and
there will be somebody here from Environment
that we've had today. Would you like to look at those and address those, or you feel that that's?
Well, we've actually done a site inspection here with Paul, so.
And did you see the areas?
Right. Yeah.
Because I can show you, right? I've got pictures of areas that, we have problems.
Right.
Yeah. I tried to speak with Brad earlier because apparently he was the guy. Now we have a new guy.
Brad.
What's his name?
Brad works for me. He works for me. For TIR.
Well, that's the only environment guy we've been able to talk to. So this is our environment guy.
Hi.
Well,
yeah.
For today.
For today.
You're familiar, are you? Grant, who are you?
Kevin Arsenault.
Kevin Arsenault.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Chris.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Yeah, we've talked a lot with Jay Carr in the past,
okay.
But yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
well, Jay's still probably the guy to talk to on certain things. I'm just looking at some things today.
What are you looking at?
Well, different aspects of the project type of thing, what they've done so far and that type of thing.
In relation to the environment?
Yeah, erosion control measures and that stuff.
So can you tell us what the erosion control meant? Because I'm assuming that the feller buncher's got to come in here. It's going to kind of put down, and it's going to have to come. Understand my question? It's going to have to go through this tree to finish cutting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's certain phases of the project, and obviously all those are going to be covered off in terms of erosion control.
Well, this is the next phase, as you guys are telling us, you're coming in here to cut these hemlocks, you're bringing in equipment in here.
Right.
So we're looking right at the next phase in the face. So we're just wondering, what precautions are going to be made? Like Chris asked, these are all valid questions.
Right.
And your answer?
Yeah. Well, that's all outlining the conditions of the permit type of thing for erosion control measures. Basically any project on PEI, like we issue several hundred permits a year for watercourse alterations in wetlands.
Right.
And there's specific permits. Yeah. There's specific conditions in terms of the permit.
Yeah.
And there's different ways of mitigation sedimentation.
Right. And what are the ways that are going to be happening here today?
Well, that's outlined in the permit. I don't have the permit stuff in front of me, but I mean,
so
that's
someone needs to read the permit to figure out how this is going to be dealt with?
Well, it'll be dealt with in a number of ways. Like there's
a sediment and erosion control plan.
Yeah.
Right. And it'll involve when earth, like tree cutting. A lot of this area, like trees will be cut, but there will be no ground broken until later. It'll be cleared and then broke later. And before that's done, there'll be sediment ponds and erosion control measures put in place. Check dams.
We're bringing equipment in here this today. Right? So we're just wondering what precautions That's-
when you said they're not grubbing,
They're not
Today,
grubbing
right?
today. They're just going to come in and just start ripping the trees out. That's what's happening today.
Do you know if all this information is public, guys? That it can be accessed?
Yes.
Okay. You know where it's at?
On the Department of the Environment website.
Department of the Environment.
The environmental impact assessment and the sediment and erosion control
Okay, great. Thank you.
are on there.
Yeah. And what about the companies that are doing these types of projects? Are their certifications up? I imagine they must be certified to do this type of work. Who they're approved? Are they made available public or?
That I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. You can call the Department of the Environment to check those.
Okay. Thanks.
okay?
And so do you have a number that we can reach you at? Do you have
Well,
someone?
again, I think your first point of contact would be Jay Carr. And,
But Jay's not around, and you're around today, and we
yeah,
got work going on today, right? So
yeah,
can you give us, so we can get in touch with you?
sure.
Can you be made available? Because earlier today I tried to talk to a couple of guys, and
Right, right.
they're
Yeah,
very
if you,
elusive.
yeah. Well, if you call the general number in environment 368-5000, you can get in touch with me. Actually, my office is further west, so to speak.
I know, but you're going to be on site today. You don't have a cell phone that we can contact you on?
Well, we get everybody to go through the office first.
Oh, that's sufficient.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so anyway, we just come down here and say that I was on site, and
Well, you know what, that'd be great, and there's a lot of people wondering about that, so maybe you should talk to everybody and let them know you're on site and what you're going to do.
yeah. Well, I actually, before the day ends, I got some other stuff I want to look at and stuff. So, I think if you have any questions, you can contact me in the morning or whatever.
Well, this is coming down tonight. Tomorrow morning is going to be a little late for us
Right.
to have. Yeah.
Well, what type of questions? They're going to come in and cut the trees. Again, there's no grubbing today. I understand, right, Paul?
No grubbing.
There's no grubbing today.
Won't be any grubbing in this area.
No, there won't be any grubbing.
Right. So, it's a matter of coming in with a machine and cutting the trees. It's like a clear cut, so to speak. You won't get any erosion unless you have running from the machines and that type of thing. And, that'll be dealt with appropriately.
Well, yeah, that will happen, right?
Yeah.
Because, it's quite moist, and these machines are going to create that.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what typically a normal forestry operation does
Yeah.
is put slash material on the ruts, like spruce boughs and stuff like that to minimize the rutting. So that's what we do. Prairie crossing foresters, and that's what we get them to do. Branches and that type of thing, minimize the rutting.
And you'll be ensuring that happens
Well,
today,
I don't know the specific what's going to be done, but the erosion control will be that.
It's exactly what we did for temporary crossings up and down.
Yeah, yeah,
Stuff that different.
yeah.
It's no difference.
Just, I'm just curious, as an environmental guy, does this make you feel bad? Like, does this make you touch your heart that you're coming into some of our oldest trees and going to rip them down? Because you know the implications of, taking down 200 trees. As an environmental guy, that's going to be,
Well, some things we have to do for the greater public good, for safety. I don't know all the implications of it or whatever, but I don't. It's an impact. We all impact. Where we live.
Absolutely, I know. But usually there's justification behind, when there's something behind it that we can balance it out with.
I think that's a question for maybe somebody else besides me. I'm here to monitor the work.
Well, yeah, we'd appreciate, this is a very sacred area that you're coming into, and we'd appreciate you to be on site to watch and monitor the work and ensure that, everything is. I know that you've got business in your office or whatever, but this is
Yeah.
here and now.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, thanks so much for your
Okay.
time.
Not a problem.
Good day.